I'll never. Second eye speaking.
Canada. What's with Canada? We got great big cities, but a lot of trees and rocks. Yeah, the winter's cold.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Gerald, and this is Trekking with Taz. This video is going to be a 3-day, 2-night trek up into Zigzag Ridge. For those that would like to try this trek themselves, I want to say this is one of the hardest ones out there, and I'm going to give you a few things about it, and you have to decide if you're up for that challenge. For those that have been before, you realize that the wall is your first challenge. It's a straight up piece of real estate when you're going up with snowshoes on. It is a challenge to get up it. It's not that long, but it is steep. And then when you get to the top, you kind of think you've got it beat. Well, the next hour and a half to 2 hours is another steep section up to the road. At the road, you can stand there and have a little break on some flat earth, but that's where it's going to end, because once you cross the road and start heading up towards the meadow, it is equally as steep again, and at that point, the snow really changes and it gets a lot deeper, and in this particular time, at a crust and deep snow, it was like walking in water. Just to be honest, for me, this piece of real estate from the road to the meadow was the most trying piece of real estate I've been on this winter, or any other winter for that matter. I barely made it to the meadow in my mind. I mean, I did make it, and I made it with daylight to spare, but it was tough. It was really tough for me. So if you're considering doing this, you might want to consider where your fitness level is at. I also had one more advantage that many people won't have. I had the Tesla Backcountry Prince brake trail for me all the way to the top. Without that, I'm not sure that I could have made it. So if you haven't got a Tesla Backcountry Prince in your pocket, you might want to consider that part of it too. Once we made the meadow, we were able to set up a really nice camp, and we went to bed early. Grabbed 12 hours sleep, and I severely needed it because the next day we were ascending the ridge. I felt refreshed enough the next day that the trek up to the ridge, although quite tough, I didn't have a lot of trouble with. But again, I'm following Mark up there. He's breaking trail for me. So it's another one of those things. It's steep, but it's not horrible. And if you take your time and work your way up, beautiful view at the top. Conditions weren't the best for our trip, but I will throw some video in here of what it looked on a previous trip up there. When we got back to camp, the weather had warmed up substantially, and then by the time we went to bed, it had started basically raining and wet snow on the tents most of the night. And this created a real condensation issue inside the tent. And then we had heavy winds come up, and it was literally raining inside of our tents. So everything we had was soaked after the night of the warm weather and the wind. We were prepared for this, and we stayed warm and dry and comfortable, but we knew any more nights up there were not going to be good. And our packs were literally 5 to 8 pounds heavier coming down because of all the wet gear. I know this is a long ramble, but I just wanted people to be aware of all of the issues that you could encounter up there, so they're prepared when they get there. Okay, let's have a look at some video. Well, here we are, loaded for an winter adventure. You ready for this, Mark?
I am now.
You are now. So, got our stuff in, and we're off for the next 4 or 5 days.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, we're set up, we're parked. We're starting our multi-day. See how it goes. You ready, Mark?
We're ready. Let's do it.
What a bonus
we're on the road and they've plowed for, I guess, some logging in here. Or maybe close to half kilometer, not quite. But it should be nice if it's plowed right down to where we drop off the old road into the bush. That would be fantastic. We're coming down to the creek now. Not sure what this is going to entail. When we get here, we'll look at it, figure out where we need to go. Hopefully we can find a good place to get across. With the logging that went on here, they took out any semblance of where the trail may have been or the route. So now we're just looking for our old track, trying to figure out where to go through here. And it's not pretty looking. Mark's going to test this log over the creek. We have to get to the other side. Hear the water running underneath, so you definitely don't want to go down. You'll get wet. Yeah, we're good. Now it's my turn to give her a go. Yeah, it'll be okay, I think. Yeah, good. Now it's that. Now we're on the other side. Find our way up to the wall. It looks like we're on the old route now. You see ribbons down that way, and then we go up this way. More ribbons. So we've definitely found the old route. It is not easy after the logging, so anybody coming in here after, it's going to do a little work to find your way. We're coming down to the second little creek crossing. See how that goes. This is an old bridge, and it's not in any kind of decent shape at all. And I fell through it last time we were here, so you need to be very careful. Whoa! Just about. Yeah. We made her. Whew. We did some bushwhacking back there to get out of that willow growth that was there. And we've come back out to the route. You can see some markers. So now we are going to be pretty close to the wall. We'll be at the wall soon enough. So our walking will be a little easier for a bit because this trail has been used a bit. It's not well used, but enough that people come in and trim stuff, make it a little nicer to get through, pick the best way. So off to the wall we go. Here we are at what is affectionately known as the wall. I don't know if you can see it with the GoPro, but it just goes straight up back there about 30 yards. And that's where we're going. We're going to have a little break first. So break, some drink, some to eat. And then the wall is it. We're over 2/3 of the way up the wall now. We're up past the old road that's up here. and into the forest. A little more snow back here. Probably 3 kilometers, 2.5, 3 kilometers left to get to where we're going. Pretty steep out there, pretty tough going. But we got some flat stuff here for a bit, and then got a little climbing to do again. A little bit of a reprieve along here. Feels good. Well, I haven't been doing any videoing. This coming up here was really tough on me, but we're finally breaking out into the bowl. And you should be able to see it. That's where we're headed, in there. Into Zigzag. Oh, she's been a tough day. Bit off a little more than I could chew today. But we're here. Here we go. Breaking out into the meadow. It's going to be home for the night somewhere in here. Whew. None too soon. This body is just about had enough. Get out here and get a little video where we're at. Well, it's already there. Pretty hazy, you can't see a whole lot. Ooh. Nice. We've picked ourselves a spot. Mark's got a spot there. We've got a ground trees down. We're just going to put our tents on now. It should be good. Anyhow, don't know what you can see, but we're in tent for the night. That's going to be it. I'm going to get some sleep here. Hopefully, it's fairly comfortable in here. I put my down slippers on simply because my feet were quite cold, so they got wet, so didn't want to have that hampering me from sleeping. So that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow.
Well, good morning. It's about 12 hours of tent time. Slept really well. But it's time to get up now. On with the day. So we'll get our booties on and get out there and see what things look like out there. There's our tents, how we were set up for the night. They stood up well, and good night's sleep for both of us. First thing in the morning out here. You see the ridge line. It's the plan for today. Start my day with these little booties. They're better than trying to get frozen boots on first thing in the morning. See if we can get out here and see a little more what's going on. It's looking across the valley over there. The ridge line's over there. A little bit of a pink sky this morning. Pretty nice morning.
Just melting some snow for water here, and it's part of the ritual. Fortunately, there's no wind or anything, so it's not too bad out here. So we'll get some water for today before we do anything else. Well, that's where we were camped, back in the trees. It's a good little spot back in there. Worked well for the night. And now we're going to head up on those ridges up there. Fun, fun, fun. Just getting into the bowl now. See what it's like. Pretty nice. Lake right here. Another place I wanted to camp would be a little windier up here. Where we are was good. We're going to go up on the ridge up there. That's where our destination is. Gonna take some time. You can see the lake is over there, just past that orange ribbon that's over there. It's a lake. Nice. Yeah, we just took our coats off. We're already plenty warm. And we're just over at the ridge now. I have to go around that end of it there and then go up on top there. Quite a ways up already. We started way back down at the bottom of that bowl at the lake. She's steep. It's a good thing we got lots of time. Whew. I don't know how well you can see it with the GoPro. That's Mount Sir Alexander straight out there. Whew. Mark busting the trail up for us here. Bit of a view of the valley that we just come up from. We started way down at the bottom there. That's Zigzag Ridge, just behind Mark. You see we've come up a long ways now. It won't be that long till we get up on the saddle up there. It's the saddle between the two big ridges that we're headed to. So we broke out in the open, get a bit of a view. It's clouded in, so it's not a great view, but we'll have what we have. Got another ridge to go over yet back there, but you can see we're getting up into that high country now. Whew. Getting closer. Whew. Pretty rugged country. Talking out on the ridge. She was a tough go, but there she is. Wow. Oh. Oh, pretty tickled to be here. Whew. Never do it on my own. Mark wasn't breaking trail in front of me. I'd had to turn back. Whew. Thankfully, here we are. Look at that. We're going to go down into that valley, but after yesterday coming up, even if we could find a safe way down, which we didn't know what we were going to do yet, that valley's fairly choked. Whew. Not really sure whether that was doable for me or not. Fun just to be here. Plan here is to summit the main ridge and see what kind of view we've got from up there. It's pretty windswept, so it should be really safe going up there. Oh, kind of exciting. Haven't done this before. just come off the summit of Zigzag Ridge, and we encountered the ptarmigan again. There's a fair amount of them here. Hopefully you can see them with the GoPro. I don't know how many that you can see there, but there was like 10 of them. Ptarmigan. Nice. Mark's already started down. This wind is really nasty up here. He's trying to get out of it as quick as possible. We did summit the ridge, which was the first time for us. We hadn't done that before, so that was good. Now we'll be heading back down to camp, collect some firewood, get a bit of a fire going, relax. That'll be today. Get to where I can see Mark here. He's gone. There he is. Downhill. As we were coming down, Mark suggested we go check this other valley out underneath this ridge. So here we are, having a little boo at it. We're up on that peak up there, only that's not the full peak, it's further back. And we're up on the ridge over here too. Very nice. So you see the valley to the north. Can't see any peaks anymore. And we're headed down now. We're now down below the peak. Just working our way across, work our way back to camp. Dropping down to the lake in the meadow now. You can see them down below. We're camped in that meadow there. Fairly steep going down here. We were standing up on that peak probably less than an hour ago or an hour ago. That's where we climbed up to. And we'll probably be back to camp within 20 minutes or so.
Right here.
That's the peak we were on, right up there.
We were right up on the summit up there.
Nice.
Yes, we were.
There's camp.
Up on Zigzag Ridge.
We're back down,
Trees.
back home. Tents are standing, they're good for tonight. Collect a little firewood here and get organized. It was a good day. The first part was a little strenuous, but not too bad. Coming back down was a breeze. No, we weren't supposed to get any snow today. Apparently, the snow we we're supposed to get fairly white, and it's coming down pretty good. I cleaned the tent up, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, as did Mark his. So I don't know how much we're going to end up getting, but certainly is looking a little wintry around here. We're up on the ridge this morning. It's a good thing we're down now. I don't think you can see much of anything up there. So, worked out pretty good. But the snow, she is coming down. And it's a little late in the day to say, oh, well, we'll pack up and go down because it's going to be dark in an hour and a bit. It's not worth the trouble. We'll stay the night and shake everything off tomorrow and head down. Winter's here. We've got a hot fire going out in front of the tents to try and dry up a little bit before we go to bed tonight. So we're not taking wet clothes in a sleeping bag or anything. Because pretty damp out, the snow. Well, that's the end of the night for us. Mark's already in his tent. I will be in a second. So, end of our day. It's snowing hard. Could be a wet day going home tomorrow. Good night for now. Good morning. Don't know if you can see. It's just starting to break day, I guess. Probably can't see with the GoPro. Crazy night. It was rain, snow, wind, a little bit of everything. Everything is soaked. It's a good thing we decided we were going because things are so wet. There's just wouldn't be pleasant if we were somewhere else. At least we can get out of here today. But learned experience. Get some more light now. Should be able to see the ridge line from camp. Lots of clouds. A lot more coming still. Good day to get out of here. Well, she's cleared up that direction. Would have been a nice day to be up there, but man, it's a good day to be leaving. Things are really wet. Really wet. It would be really uncomfortable trying to go somewhere else and set up for another night or two. Everything is just saturated. That was such a change in weather that we got, but we learned a lot. Now we're gonna, here comes Mark now, coming from where we were tucked into the trees there, and even as tucked into the trees as we were, it was crazy windy a couple of times last night. If we had been in the open, wouldn't have been good. But we actually had a really nice little camp spot. Okay, let's start this trek. Let's get out of here. In the timber here for a bit, but you can't even see where our tracks were when we come up. Between the snow, there was snow on, and the snow that fell off the trees, everything's covered. So just picking our way down. You can see by the mountains across the valley, we've come down a fair ways already. It's a lot easier coming down than it was going up, that's for sure. We were off trail for a bit there. Mark had us on fair enough trajectory that we met up with the trail again, and now this part of it's marked. You can see the beautiful mountains in behind there. And you can see how much further we're down since the last time I did it. We are to a very steep and slippery section here, and it's going to stay like this till we get to the wall, and then straight down the wall, and then being better going. It's tough right now. We're at the wall. The last real serious sort of thing to deal with. Whew. Try and get down there safely, and then on it's pretty flat. So here it goes. Mark's already half down. Happy to say that slippery wall is behind us. We're back down to the creek now. You can probably hear it. So feels pretty good to know you got the worst of it out of the way. Yeah, we're right along the creek now. Okay. And Mark just in front of me here. Grab ourselves a drink from the creek here. Oh, sure, thank you. Whew. Nice. Oh, nice cold, clean water. Back out to the road, but as you can tell, the road's just a nasty willow jungle here, so be a bit for us to get through this. Back at the little bridge, the sketchy little bridge here. Try and get across it without having any issues. Oh.
stayed back in the middle, it's going. The way it's going.
Okay. What's that? Bridge is out of the way. Don't know if you can see it, but right up there is Zigzag Ridge. That's where we were, just through the trees. That's where we were this morning, a couple hours ago. Ooh, looks like a long ways away. Just have a little breather, and then we're gonna bust through this timber and get out to the clear cuts out there. There's the creek to cross here, and it's a different place than we crossed when we come. We're not even sure what we're up against. Gotta figure it out. Huh. Oh! Looks like Mark's got her figured there. It's gonna take a second. Okay, time to get down there. We're back up to the road. Put in this year in the clear cut. Beautiful looking over that way. And if you swing around, that's the peak we were standing on yesterday. Right on top of that, and we had camped in the bowl down below it. So we left there, what, 2.5 hours ago, 2 hours and 40 minutes ago, something like that. Ooh. Tough goal, but we're out. There's our yeah in the distance. As we're coming out, get a great view of Mount Ryder. Majestic mountain that it is. Huh. There waits the chariot. We are down. That was 3 hours and 22 minutes by my watch to get here. That was good, bad, or other, but I'm happy. So, our day, this day's over and our trip is over. Had a good time, but it was hard. Hard for me. Glad to be back to the vehicle. Whew. Time for a snack and a Gatorade. Treats. There's treats in the vehicle.
Thanks for joining me on Zigzag Ridge. I hope I left enough of the challenges in the video here for you to see what you're up against if you want to try it. This had been on the list for quite a while, so we got up there, did our winter camp up there, and I don't need to go back. As challenging as it was fun to actually make it happen. So thanks for coming along. Hope you really enjoyed it, and come back for the next. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next, but it should be fun. Bye now.